Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
I was a little terrified that this was actually real. I'm still kind of concerned that it might be real.
It's bothersome enough to get calls from unknown numbers, but when the caller leaves a message threatening to arrest you, it becomes alarming.
A woman who got one of these messages contacted our whistleblower hotline and wants you to be prepared if you get one of those calls. Valley News Team's Molly Casey has our story.
We are issuing an arrest warrant on your name.
Those are the words no one wants to hear, especially on an automated voicemail from the IRS, and it left Laura Salk shaken.
Are the police going to show up with a warrant?
The number came from a Washington, D.C. area code, and a Google search didn't turn up any warnings, so it seemed legitimate, and she called it back.
He said, well, when did you file taxes last? And I said, well, if you're the IRS, you should know that.
And then the call disconnected. Salk waited for the man to call back, but he didn't. Calls like these
You had tried to do a fraud with the IRS Internal Revenue Service.
aren't new. According to the IRS website, scammers make millions of dollars each year by posing as the IRS. These callers use threats like,
IRS is filing a lawsuit on your name because.
and often demand payment immediately. But the IRS doesn't call consumers. They use old-fashioned mail and wait for consumers to call them. Salk says she's still nervous about the call and plans to check in on her filings soon.
I might call the IRS and check on to make sure that there's no issues.
From Twin Valley, Molly Casey, Valley News Live.
If you receive a message like this, you can report the number on the FTC online complaint form and check the status of your taxes with the IRS. We got a link to that posted along with this story on valleynewslive.com. And as we mentioned, this story came to us through our whistleblower hotline. If you need help with a serious issue where you live, call 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it.
What began as a story of hate has now turned into a story of peace here in the Valley. We've got an update to a story we brought you yesterday that went viral worldwide. Amber Hensley was captured on camera saying, we're going to kill all of you, to several Somali American women in a Fargo parking lot, referring to Muslim people. The video then went viral worldwide. Hensley sent us a Facebook message apologizing and adding that one of the women swore at her too. Today, Fargo police posted this photo on its Facebook page of Hensley and two of the women, saying they have all expressed regret regarding their interaction and language with each other. Fargo Police Chief David Todd added that he thanks them for allowing police to facilitate their interest in getting together in order to work through this for the betterment of themselves and the community.
Crews pulled a boat out of the Red River today. It's been there since Tuesday after getting stuck on a dam and the rescue of two men in it. A team of local firefighters, along with towing companies, worked to get the boat off the rocks and out of the water. The boat weighs an estimated 1,800 pounds. It all went smoothly despite a strong current.
Anytime that you're going to deal with the current, it's going to be challenging. It went about as easy for us as it could, but again, we had lots of time to prepare for it.
Crews were able to get the boat's engines going and pull it upstream toward a landing near 52nd Avenue South.
The Fargo Police Department is notifying the public about a change of address for a high-risk sex offender. 31-year-old Daniel Grinder is living at 734 College Street North in Fargo. Grinder was convicted in 2007 in Cass County District Court of gross sexual imposition involving victims who were female acquaintances under the age of 15. Grinder has been assessed as a high-risk offender. He is a lifetime registrant.
The Barnes County Sheriff is asking for your help in Jamestown to locate a stolen Dr. Pepper go-kart. The vintage go-kart was taken from a rural resident last October, and authorities say whoever took it traded the go-kart to an individual in Jamestown. Investigators say they don't believe that the person who traded for the go-kart knows it was stolen. Officers are not looking to press additional charges, but would just like to get the go-kart back to the victim. Anyone with information should call authorities at 701-845-8530.
While law enforcement have been cracking down on texting behind the wheel, there are still plenty of drivers out there doing it. Technology companies are trying to do something about it. With Apple's new update, they'll be adding a new feature to the iPhone. It's called Do Not Disturb While Driving, and it will block text messages, trying to keep you from being distracted. There are apps available now that you can download to help you or your kids kick the habit.
Typically, I do turn my ringer off when I'm out and about, and then that way I don't hear my notifications, so I'm not thinking about that while I'm driving.
Lifesaver, Text Ninja, and True Motion are a few of the free apps.
Visitors to North Dakota state parks will see an increase in fees over the next few months. The daily vehicle pass is going to cost $7 starting August 1st. That's a $2 increase. The fee hasn't been increased for 17 years. The annual pass is going up by $10 to $35.
That tragedy in Ohio where a carnival ride snaps in mid-air, killing one man and injuring 7 others, has prompted state fairs to shut down similar rides in Illinois, Ohio, and even Canada for safety checks. When inspectors in North Dakota were notified of the Ohio incident, the ride was shut down immediately for a complete inspection and to re-torque all the bolts. The OMG is a similar ride to the Fireball, which is the ride in Ohio, but there are a few differences. The ride is only a couple months old, while the Fireball ride is reportedly around 20 years old. All rides were inspected again earlier today before they opened up.
Having a roof over your head is a basic part of life, but a lack of low-income housing is making it difficult for many. Community members and low-income housing professionals tonight discuss the challenges of meeting the demand for housing. Those barriers force many into homelessness, which can lead to even more challenges.
It all starts with a home. It's very difficult to be able to make progress in other areas in your life if you don't have a stable home to go to every night. And so we want to make sure that we're lifting up that issue in our community and working with others to bring that about.
Churches United estimates that there are between 700 and 750 homeless people on the street every night in the Fargo-Moorhead area.
It's a product that's supposed to help save you money and make cleaning up after your feline friend easy.
It's called Sift Away, but does it really work? Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop finds out.
Having a cat can bring lots of joy, but also mess, especially for Natasha Ulrich, who has 2 cats, Little Kitty and Rue.
They are very, very picky with their litter boxes, so if I don't have them clean all the time, they will be just like making messes. Like they'll just spray litter all over the place because they're mad.
Ulrich says she cleans the box about every 2 days and dreads the whole process.
It just smells bad and the litter gets everywhere.
But an As Seen on TV product says you no longer have to scoop the poop.
No one loves scooping smelly, messy litter boxes. Introducing Sift Away, the amazing new self-cleaning litter box that's spotless in seconds.
Sift Away is a 3 interlocking grated plastic tray which allows the clean litter to go through and the poop and urine to be caught in the first tray. You empty it and place it under the trays and you're done. Ulrich was excited to put it to the test, hoping it would save her time and money.
It would be super convenient.
It only took seconds to put the box together.
It says alternate the tabs to create a solid base.
We filled it with litter, then waited for Little Kitty and Rue to do their thing. 2 days later, the box needed clean. Ulrich lifted and sifted like the commercial said.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's working pretty well.
She started to dump it out of the Sift Away and noticed a problem.
Yeah, it's like stuck in, like you can see it come through the back of the grates.
Urine clogged the grates. Ulrich grabbed a scooper and tried pushing the remaining mess through the grates.
But I mean, this is gonna take longer to go through every single little grate, especially when this has to go like on the very bottom now. So like the bottom of this is gonna be touching the floor.
But the scooper didn't get into the grates as well either.
You need like a Q-tip. This didn't save me any time. You know, it's supposed to save you time and it completely didn't.
We also learned if you pick up the second layer to get the smaller clumps, you will lose all the litter in the box.
I'd give it like a C-.
Ulrich says she's going back to the old way and using her scooper. In Fargo, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
Sift Away sells for just under $20 plus shipping and handling. To see more of it, does the really products that we've tested, like the Aqua Dog and Zap Light, visit our website and search "Does It Really Work?"